So let's go ahead and have a listen to that interview between Excuse My Friends and Jordana here on your KALX Berkeley.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordana, and you're listening to KALX Berkeley.
Thank you very much, Jordana, for getting onto KALX interview. I have a few questions. So I was reading a little bit your bio, and they said that your father was an organist, right?
Yeah.
We have a common point. My grandmother was an organist for churches and concerts.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Back in France.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted to ask you, is it your father who inspired you to become a musician, or just it came on its own to you?
I think it's just in our blood, kind of.
The DNA?
Yeah. Well, he tried to teach me keyboard. Like, he tried to, I guess when I was like 8 or 9, he tried to teach me, but my heart was set on learning violin.
Yeah, that was your first instrument, right?
Yeah. I was drawn to the strings. I mean, I guess piano is like technically a string instrument when you think about it, but it looked super challenging, and I kind of wish that I learned piano. Actually, I really wish that I put a lot of energy into piano as well.
It's never too late.
And it never is really, but I wish I went down the piano prodigy path. You know what I mean? I feel like it would be easier to write songs that way, you know?
With the piano?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be easier with the guitar?
Well, I already know my guitar kind of thing, but I don't know, if piano is just like everything's laid out, you know? It kind of confuses me as someone who didn't practice it when I was little. Now that I look at the piano, I'm like, this is very confusing because it's just black and white, you know?
Well, anyway, what I like about your music is that you mix the guitar and the violin.
Yeah.
On some of them.
Yeah, I'm finally embracing the classical upbringing.
Next question I have for you is that I've noticed that your music is mostly light-hearted, even though some of the theme could be darker and more profound. But you always have a great sense of humor about life. So I wanted to ask you, what inspired you to write?
I usually write from the heart, or what I'm currently going through and feeling, actively feeling. But with this record, I kind of discovered writing, making up stories and such. You know what I mean? Sorry. And I don't know, for instance, Heart You Hold, the third track on the record, is about going to summer camp. I've never been to summer camp before. I kind of wish that I got to experience that. But maybe it is one of those things where it's never too late, just like the other piano learning sort of thing. And some of them are about, there's one about partying, or two of them about partying, or just going to the club or something. I don't really do that anymore. Drink.
Too much work.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I would rather just, I'd always just get a group together and go home. You know what I mean? Let's hang at home.
You are at that age where maturity hits you, and you're like, I don't want to go to clubs anymore.
Yeah, I'm just I just want to play video games.
Okay.
I've always wanted to just do that, but I don't know.
What are you playing lately?
Well, before I left for tour, I downloaded Death Stranding.
Ooh.
And I started playing that one. I really got into it. I wish that I did earlier, because now I kind of just miss my PlayStation.
Good game, but I got tired of playing the FedEx mission.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
All right. So your fourth album, Lively Premonition, came out last year. Could you tell us a little bit how the project came to life?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Emmett Kai, and he's the co-producer on this. And I was wanting to work with him for a while because we had been corresponding online for like 2 years, and then finally met him in LA at a friend's house during a session, and I was like, oh well, when we get back to New York, like maybe I can come check out your studio because he lived in upstate New York. I was in the city, and about like a month before I moved to LA from New York, I took the train up to Kingston and stayed with them and went to go work at his studio and like I think it's called Stonebridge, like 30 minutes outside of Kingston. And I had just gone through a breakup, and we wrote like 2 songs together. I think it ended up being the first one that we wrote was the one I knew, which is I guess it's the 9th track on the record. And I realized that I wanted to work with him. I was like, we should start this project. Like we should. I know I'm moving away, but this is kind of too good to pass up, and I want to see where this goes. So it always sucks when you start something really good across the country because then it's kind of a bitch to get there. Time to work on it, but I ended up just doing it, and despite the circumstances, like moving away, it was really good for me to do that. But it worked out because I would kind of just make a set amount of time to lock in the studio with him. And yeah, I would just like fly back and forth to New York from LA and, write a bunch of stuff and then dwell on it for a little bit and then write more next couple months. And then, yeah, thus Lively Premonition was born.
Perfect. All right. I like to ask sometimes more personal questions during my interviews. And I wanted to ask you, could you share with us a childhood memory, a happy childhood memory?
Oh, a happy childhood memory. Well, the first time I brought my violin home, I guess I had gotten one, I think when I was 9. I was either 8 or 9. I like brought a little 3/4 size violin home, and I was like going around the house like showing my sibling. And I like opened the case and I took the bow out, and I was like, check this out. Like here's what it sounds like without the rosin. And then I played it in the case, like played the bow on the strings in the case, and then I was just like, now when I put the rosin on, here's what it sounds like after I put
And did you try also like to pinch the strings or?
Yeah, and I was just like showing like the different ways. And I'm just like, look how smooth, like listen to how smooth it sounds. And they were just like, yeah, whatever. Like I don't care.
Your siblings are not into music?
Well, my sibling, I mean, they like had their sort of instruments that they went and cycled through, but violin like always stuck with me. But yeah, they were just like, I'm just gonna keep video gaming, just whatever. I was so excited. I just showed everyone. I was like, this is how it sounds. Yeah, when you pluck it here, and then when you play the bow here, not really supposed to play it there, but that's what it sounds like. Yeah, I was excited.
Thank you, Jordana. So you'll be at Bottom of the Hill in San Francisco on Saturday, February the 8th. What shall we expect on stage?
You should expect some violin playing. You should expect some violin playing. You
Of
should
course.
expect some tambourine playing. You should expect some great musicians who are very talented and make it sound just like the record.
Oh, you know who will be playing with you?
My bandmates, Nick Waters on the keys, my bassist Sagiv Rosenstock, my drummer Blake Richardson, and my guitarist Ian Michael.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Jordana, and good luck on the tour.
Thank you so much.
And have a good night.
Thank you. You too. And
Bye.
other work.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.